Hey y'all, welcome back. Episode 34 of season 2 of the Manly Musings podcast is dropping. Woo! We are just chugging along through this season. We are going to be at 100 episodes in, I think, like the middle of August at this rate. Maybe. Yeah, we're going to be there real quick. But tonight we're going to talk about the NBA Finals. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, Merritt.
We're gonna talk about it. We will dive into details. You can already hear that our special guest, I don't even know if we call him a special guest anymore, but our favorite Blue Devil has joined us again.
Yeah, shout out to our favorite Blue Devil, my guy from South Jersey, the Cyrus Johnson Jr.
Woo!
How about that intro, Cyrus? Was that good?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's
that's
better
beautiful.
Than me fumbling his name every single time. So there we go. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can see everyone's wearing something basketball related, technically, because Duke, let's just be honest, we only think of them as a basketball school. Kevin's chilling always in a basketball jersey. I've given up on basketball completely. I've just jumped full into baseball mode and said, screw it, it's baseball season, and my Red Sox still suck. I'm surprised they have a shirt on. I should just take it off and be done with this shit.
Oh my god. You'd be better off with Andrew's hat of like that music school that you gave him.
The Berkeley hat that I gave him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, at this rate, like, my God. But I digress. We will talk about basketball and everything.
Notably, he doesn't have the TV on behind him, so he didn't want to watch.
There's no sports on.
You could have turned NBA TV on.
No, I don't want to talk. I don't want no. What, I could throw on a baseball game? Who cares? Hockey doesn't start till Saturday, and that actually might be fun to watch. I might watch that more than I watch the NBA Finals.
Wait, who made it for hockey?
The Florida Panthers and the Golden Knights.
Golden Knights of Vegas. Man, shout out to Vegas for like
this
being only existing
time.
Yeah, in 3 years already?
3 or 4 years, yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
They have more appearances than like 5 or 6 other teams that have been in the league a lot longer.
That's crazy. Out of control.
All right, well, let's just I'm not even going to mention this first thing on the weekly sports update because we're going to talk about it later on, but I will say this. Celtics lost game 7 to the Miami Heat at home. That's all I'm going to say right now. We're going to talk about it in probably the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll get there. It was a rough game, so leave it at that for right now. But big other NBA news is Bob Myers, who is currently the president and GM of the Golden State Warriors, has stepped down from his position with the team. Nothing bad against him, any allegations or anything. It's just that time, he said, to take a step away from this position. I sniffed the end of the Golden State days, I think, in the NBA, personally, because he orchestrates all of that.
He did. And you talk about making a team the right way, not just getting a bunch of stars just to randomly put them together. He literally built it from the ground up, doing it the hard old-fashioned way via good drafting, getting the proper players around them. Yeah, kudos to Bob Myers for doing what he's done the last couple of years. And I'm curious if he maybe just didn't want to make the decision on what to do with Clay, Draymond, and Steph. Because that's a hard decision.
He's only 48 years old.
Wow. You know what that is? You know what happened? You know what really happened? At some point in time, everything has a shelf life, right? And I think maybe his shelf life for doing what he was doing for that team ran its course. Like even if he had found a way to retool the team, they won a couple more championships or whatever it is, I think it ran its course. You need something else to fix to become a better GM or whatever it is. I mean, it's just a cycle of any good job or anything like that. Once you get to a certain point in your job, you can't make more money or do something more in your job. You want to do something else. It becomes,
Yeah, I've never actually looked any information up on him before. Before becoming the GM and, president of basketball operations for the Warriors, he was a sports agent for 14 years and had contracts totaling over $500 million with clients including Brandon Roy, Kendrick Perkins, and Tyreek Evans. He literally spent doesn't even look like, he was promoted to GM a year after he was hired by the Warriors to be the assistant GM. He's 48 years old. This guy's got a lot of wear and tear left on his NBA career. If he stays in that, if he goes to sports agency stuff, he's going to go back out there and kill it. Now,
wherever he decides to go to next, whatever he decides to go to next.
Well, there's a team here in the local area that Kevin really, really loves. That their president of basketball operations and GM is no longer going to be part of the team after his contract ends in, I think, a couple of weeks.
And I think it's the end of August.
Is it end of August that his contract's up?
Yeah, end of August his contract. Scott Perry's contract is up.
That's such
crap
timing.
And I know that literally the Knicks would probably throw the kitchen sink at Bob Myers. But in my opinion, I think he's gonna take some time. He's gonna take this season off. The season off to rest, recover. Let's think about really what Bob Myers has done. He has built and assembled the Warriors from the ground up by drafting guys like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, won a championship with him. Then he ended up getting a superstar in Kevin Durant to come hop on, win a couple more championships. The ship sailed with Kevin Durant and was able to continue to build with young guys, good picks, even in the lottery.
Yeah.
And built a team that can still compete in the West. And they also won a championship last year, like by retooling when KD left. So,
I mean, they think about it, they easily could have won this year had a couple of things fell, right for them. They easily could have won this year. So, I mean, it wasn't like they stunk or they were like that bad. They were just
bad luck.
Yeah, bad luck, which happens to every NBA team. We talk about it all the time. You have three things in basketball that is going to happen. Somebody's going to have a hot shooting night. The team is going to go supernova. Everybody's going to have a great night. And then you just have nights when injuries, things happen, bad shootings. Nothing you could do about it. It's life. It's just the way it works. So,
And you made a great point that things ride their course. Like everybody, the Kobe Shaq Lakers dynasty, the Bulls dynasty, they all ran their course, and every team will eventually have their end. Right. And it makes sense. You have Draymond Green. His option is up this year, whether if he decides to be a free agent or opt in. Klay Thompson is coming up. And, you have all those young guys that are behind them, like the Jordan Pooles, the Jonathan Kumingas. Are you giving any of those guys bigger money? Or who are you going to surround Steph with? Are you trying to pick other people? So it's going to be a year in transition for the Warriors. And I believe Steve Kerr's contract is up the end of next year. So
let's see.
That is a huge tale because Steve Kerr has been a huge part of this.
I will say this. I will say this. Bob Myers is staying around until I think his contract ends like August, something like that. If I'm saying that right.
His contract ends June 30th, so he has a month left.
All right, so June 30th. I wouldn't, and the draft happens to come right around or near that timing of that time. Like the draft is near that time or whatever it is. I wouldn't be surprised if he finds a way to move Jordan Poole, because I don't think Jordan Poole is the answer for that franchise.
It showed this year, definitely in the playoffs.
So I don't think I think he gets moved. I think he spends his last month trying to figure out how to give Steve Kerr one more shot to win. And then, that way Steve Kerr could ride off in the sunset, do other things, maybe go to another team. They'd already talked about him taking over for Popovich, talking about him being the next guy taking over for Popovich and San Antonio.
Well, he would just go into a very good situation with, that number 1 draft pick being down there and all those dudes. But it does sound like he has 1 year left, Kerr, on his contract at this point in time.
Yeah.
But he literally did say, he goes, he has no idea what's going to happen after next year with his contract. So we'll see. Moving on to football related news, because OTAs have already started. So it's been fun watching the Buccaneers try to replace Tom Brady and no one hitting a broadside of a barn. But I will say I've seen a couple of the highlights from that training camp. Some of those balls that Baker's thrown are high, yes. But they should be caught? Yes. They are like within reach of the receivers. It is not going after it, like, at all. But that's not what I have here. So we all know that Tom Brady retired, right? Officially hung it up. Or we think.
Did he really?
I
think.
I can't tell.
Right. We have no idea.
As of May 31st, he is hung it up for sure.
Yes, he's still hung it up for the past 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is that he's been out for, right? So now he bought a small stake in the Oakland Raiders, right? We kind of mentioned this the other week. Is a small minority owner. Well, the NFL still has to vote on his being part of the ownership group. If they vote yes, that's great. They probably will. They're going to vote that unanimously. They also can make a vote that'll allow him to play and be a partial owner of the organization. Now, here's why that is interesting. If you haven't paid attention to NFL news, mainly because the NBA basketball season is still finishing up, other sports are coming on, all this fun stuff. Well, Jimmy G went there with a shoulder injury. Okay, shoulder.
No,
Hold on. Jimmy G had his hurt shoulder, right? Throughout the time in San Francisco at the end of the year. That's why he didn't play. Had a surgery. The shoulder seems okay. Well, after his press conference, I think it was just a couple weeks ago or whatever it is, he had ankle surgery. They say he's supposed to be cleared and ready to go for training camp come end of July, end of June, whenever training camp starts. So that makes it very interesting. And they changed a clause in his contract. If he cannot play this year at all $77 million that he signed for, he doesn't get. So does Jimmy G now get replaced again by Tom Brady after all the ups and downs and all this shit?
I will laugh hysterically.
I will probably shit my pants laughing.
Is in a Raiders uniform like week 4.
I can't.
I don't even know what to say to that one. That one to me is just like, what the fuck? Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? believe that he's not going to come back, and all of a sudden he's back at 48 years old, 46 years old, freaking
Yep.
out there in a wheelchair. Cyrus is like, I don't even know what to say.
There really isn't much you can say about that because he's going to a situation where whether you like it or not, if Jimmy G doesn't play, which normally is the case, he doesn't play until like the 5th game of the season, or he plays the first 5 games and gets hurt, which one or the other. He's going to a situation. He's got a top receiver in Devontae Adams,
and his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and the team is going to stink to a certain degree. So he's in the AFC West. He's probably going to win maybe 6, maybe 7 games. He can go. I mean, he's out in Vegas. He's not married. The kids are taken care of. The only thing he's got to go out there and do is just relax and just, you know what? Throw the football around for a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I feel like I'm going to retire again. I mean, there's really not much you can say about it.
That is very true. That is, yeah. So
listen, I'm 45 years old. If somebody told me I could get paid I could get paid $10 million to go throw the ball, know full well that the team's going to stink, and I get to live in Vegas, sign me up right now.
Dude, you take it for $1 million. Shut up. You take it for $1 million.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Probably like $1,000. I'd be like, hey, cool. I'm on the NFL team.
I would take it for 100,000.
See?
Yeah. 50,000 is my low end. I think I would take.
But you can't have no agent or nothing like that because then
no. That's just me straight negotiating. I'm gonna pull a Jacoby Brissett. Have no agent. Me do it on my own.
Yeah.
I don't trust those agents. They take my money. I don't want that.
Yeah, don't want that.
Oh, plus you have union dues and all that other stuff. So like probably at the end of the day, if I get 50,000, I'm really gonna get close to like 34, 35-ish. So still free money for me to go out there and throw football and get hurt and just relax. So I think we'll all take that. All right, let's talk about West Virginia. Baseball, they lost in the Big 12 tournament to Texas Tech. I think Tech went on and won the tournament.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But we are playing in Lexington as a number 2 seed in that bracket for the college baseball playoffs. So, yay, West Virginia. I have no idea how this college baseball stuff works when they get to this point, because like it almost seems like they round robin it and then just kind of fumble through from there.
Yeah, it seems like too much work. I'm not gonna lie. So, Merritt, you just tell me what happens.
I will. Yeah, I will tell you. Yeah. The only thing I do know is Tulane, who apparently lost like 30 games or something, won their conference tournament and made it to the big dance. And they're the first team with a losing record to ever make it. So they could possibly just get blown out in the first couple of games and never be heard from again.
Is the college baseball worse, or is it just sort of like the NCAA tournament? Like they kind of just throw teams in if they just to fill it up?
I think it's like a certain amount. Like you always have like the teams that win their conference tournaments 100% make it into the big tournament. And then it fills out like March Madness would afterwards. But I think you have a certain amount of teams that are really good, and you're like, okay, here's what we got. Here's an okay team. We'll throw them in there, but that's about it. So I don't know. I just still want a West Virginia baseball jersey. That's all I want.
Me too. I hope we can find one.
Yeah. Well,
they are sponsored by Nike. I'm pretty sure somebody could find it.
Yeah, we're trying here.
We're trying.
It's a struggle, seriously. Like they don't make them.
They don't make them, Cyrus. They don't make them. They really don't. They really don't. If you find one, it's like a bootleg type jersey.
I found one that's an old player's jersey, but it looks like shit on eBay. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so We're gonna do some more.
When you go September, you might have to raid the bookstore and see if you can find one, sir.
We will. We're actually going to talk about that right now, Cyrus. And I do say this with kind heart and sadness that there was going to be 5 of us for this amazing trip to West Virginia.
Yeah.
But due to unseen circumstances prior to Cyrus, saying yes to joining us, things have changed on his end, where apparently, unbeknownst to myself, Kevin may have known this information, but his wife is a teacher. September is when students go back to school. Cyrus was not thinking.
Sad face. Now I got to travel to West Virginia by myself.
No, you don't. You're going with all of us.
You're not picking me up.
Yes, I am.
We must have not talked about this part.
Why would I make you drop? There was no reason for you. It was literally going to be like, I was going to drive to you, drive to Cyrus.
As I told Kev, I said, if things change, I will make the appropriate, but I don't know until, because it's just, I love this. I love the school system. I do. I really do. I honestly do. My wife's a lovely teacher. She does a great job. But their timing just sucks something off.
No,
they don't tell you until the last minute.
Hopefully, usually a lot of schools start like right at that last week of August, second to last week of August. Hopefully, like the kids are good, everything's kind of in a flow, and you can go, all right, bye.
So normally they give her a schedule. Like they give her first that like a week before, or like the month or 2 weeks or whatever it is. They give her a schedule of like the first week, and the first week of her going in, like doing her classroom and all the other stuff. Then like the next week of like how school's going to go, first day of school, second day, what they're going to do, whatever. And then normally that week of the first week, they give them a schedule of like back to school night and what other events they have to attend or do whatever. That's when I get to know. So it's like yes, but then no. So
you're gonna learn first week of September, and if you can go, that's fine. You can still join us. You're gonna sit somewhere random in the stadium, and you're gonna be paying good money for that one seat.
Pretty much.
It's okay.
That's all right.
You'll be in there for the experience, and you'll be living the freaking dream.
You'll be chilling with the boys. So, they just announced today, or no, yesterday. Was it yes? It was yesterday that they announced the game time. I believe yesterday or today. We're playing at 7:30 at night on September 16th in Morgantown, West Virginia.
God.
That place is going to be buck wild.
We are literally like, it is going to be a party from the minute we wake up Saturday.
Dude,
oh my God.
Like, I've already asked the wife if I can take her car. There's no way I can't take her car because it's going to be myself, Mark, Andrew, no matter what, Kevin. There'll be 4 of us, minimum 4 of us in that car, and then potentially 5 if Cyrus can join us.
My gosh.
5 grown motherfuckers, plus our shit, plus like stuff to tailgate. So it's going to be a jam-packed car. So just be ready for that.
What car does she have, Merritt?
She has a Kia Telluride.
It's a good jam. It's a good space. I rode in it last year.
No. This is a new car, Kevin.
It's a new car? Oh, snap.
Yeah. No. That was
so
a
it's got
Honda.
all the bells and whistles in it. Oh yeah.
No. This one's. It's got 3 rows in it. You good?
Ooh.
So Kevin, you might be able to sit all the way in the back and no one disturb you and tell you to look at silos at all because you'll be asleep. But I could be an asshole and press the button on the console and just start talking to you from the front of the car.
That's actually epic if you ever do that. Be like, excuse me, gentlemen in the back passenger seat with the sunglasses on. Can you please lower the snoring volume from a 9 to a 204. Thank you, that gentleman, sir, please.
Sir, are you
with
still
the
breathing back
with the
there?
glasses, with the glasses. Thank you very much.
It would just be like, sir, can are you breathing?
Nope.
Are you alive? Someone please check on the gentleman in the glasses. The Filipino individual back there, please. Want to make sure he is okay. Thank you.
Do we have a defibrillator in the car?
We might just get him like an oxygen mask or something to put on.
Do it.
But then so we have the brawl time. We also have our hotel room.
Yes.
So we are staying at the golf course on Cheat
The
Lake.
Lakeview. Isn't that where we had that thing called Sports Connect?
Yes. Yes, it was.
It is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So
talk about taking it back.
We're
so
staying
Cyrus, this thing was like a pretty much what us students did the work for.
We did all the work.
It was a pretty much a kind of like a job fair in a sense for like sports teams. So you had like teams from Cleveland come. You had the Cavs there. The Pirates were there. You had a couple of the local schools in the area in West Virginia and Maryland there for like their athletic directors were there. And like they pretty much set you up where you kind of got a chance to like interview with all of them, which is like really cool. Nice. Even though it was us as the students that were the ones that got those people there. And pretty much we're like told to do that for free. But I digress. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's not too far from campus.
No,
I'm excited for it.
We're like,
and you got a great deal on it, man.
Dude, the simple fact I got that deal. So to preface this, everyone, when I looked at these tickets, we're not even talking about ticket price for the game because I don't have to buy them. Kevin does. I love you, Kevin, but you definitely want to buy them this week.
Well, I'm waiting to get paid. It's
I know. I looked at prices today. The lowest right now is at like $195.
Oh, that's actually really good. I'm gonna probably have to snag those.
Yeah, I will. I'll pull up the link again. But so basically anywhere in Morgantown or the surrounding area, no hotel, no Airbnb was cheaper than almost $1,500 for 3 days.
Okay.
I'm not making anyone spend $300 for a hotel room. Like that's asinine.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, I'm literally pushing it off, thinking, yeah, we'll figure it out. I was like, all right, last week Kevin and I talked about it. I'm like, oh, we really probably should start looking at the hotel. All right. So I'm doing it. I look and all of a sudden, boom, Lakeview. When I tell you this place is what, 15 minutes, Kevin, from Morgantown?
Yeah, it's literally like the town over.
From the state, it's like 15-minute drive from the stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually in the direction we want to go when we leave. So we're outside of Morgantown and we can just kind of scoot out and go.
Yeah, quick scoot out because it's going to be a hell of a time to get out of there.
But like, we're paying under $700 for 3 nights, 2 days there. Like, that's unreal. Like we're
nice. I've seen the place. It looks nice too.
Friday, we're gonna chill off Friday, go into town, do all that shit.
The typical.
Yeah. Well, we got to bring Mark, who is one of our avid listeners. You know, he and I walked through a whole plan. Kevin and I we'll talk about that off air. Because that we don't need to talk about that here.
No, nobody needs that.
But I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this game. As we keep saying, if the West Virginia Mountaineers lose this game,
he's getting fired.
Better see him getting fired on the goddamn field by Ren Baker, by Gordon Lee. They better be doing that.
Would you rather them come out the stands, take him and like tar and feather him as he's taking him out the stands?
No, I would never do that to him because he's a nice dude. He's a very nice guy.
Okay.
But like, just have a beer can thrown at him.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
But I will say
that's a Morgantown goodbye.
I will be it would make my heart very happy for us to take that and get a win
Yeah,
to
I want to
go
win.
2-1 on the non-conference because I know we're not gonna win
We're not winning
Penn
in Happy
State.
Valley. Hell no.
And I mean, if we do, lit, but then the world is if that were to happen, the world really ended.
Well, and
But
that game's at night too, isn't it?
that is also a night game.
The first
really?
3 games, because the Duquesne game is at night.
Yeah.
So our first 3 games are night games. And 2 out of those first 3 are on major networks. The Penn State game is on ESPN. And this game, the Pitt game, is on ABC.
Big time.
So
Wow.
my friend messaged me when I posted that on my Instagram saying the time for the games. She goes, "You think that, goddamn, now I can't even game day goes to that game?"
I don't know what the other games are that weekend.
Is that the first or second week of
That's the
actual?
It's
third
the
weekend.
third weekend.
I would tell you it is a possibility that that they would go, but really depends on what other game
Right.
is on that day.
It's
Yeah.
all depending on that. It just sucked last year. We're all anticipating that it would be there because it's Pitt, West Virginia. And I think they're in Ohio State for some no-name game. We're all like, wait, are you serious?
But like if it's a special occasion, like I know we went to the one time I went to Tennessee to watch the Vols play Florida. It was a rivalry game, and Tennessee was, I want to say, was Florida. Tennessee was one of the hot teams at the time,
Mhm.
and it was at the beginning of the season. So they went to where it was like friendly, you know what I'm saying, like friendly or confines. It wasn't no inclement weather, nothing bad, good weather type of deal. So I probably. I mean, like I said, depending on what games are being played and what
Please
if it's a
hold.
rival. Huh?
Please hold. I will tell you who's playing. No, there's literally no other. No, like
It's
just
probably a good chance that we would get it at game day, just also because of the fact it's a
ooh,
huge drive. Wait, what?
no, it's not happening.
I don't like
Tennessee is
that.
playing at Florida at
Yeah,
7
that's
p.m.
Yeah,
that's gonna be.
yeah.
I'm surprised we got the ABC slot because I feel like that's a very ABC slot type of game, unless that's gonna go on CBS.
What's the two teams again? There, you said Florida and what else?
Tennessee versus Florida.
That's a CBS game.
No, it's
Yeah.
an ESPN game.
Really?
It
It's
is.
the ESPN game. Yeah. Well, I'm also looking on ESPN.com, so they don't have. If it's CBS, it's not going to appear. But remember, the SEC has a contract with ESPN now too, and this is the last year they'll be on CBS, so they'll probably be throwing shitty games on CBS. Yeah. So, yep. Honestly, up until that, like there was no other game on here that I'd be like, oh yeah, this is great. This is who could take it. That is literally the only game that can take it from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one thing I found out. Like when you like you go to these game day things, like you see like they went because it was a rivalry game. The Tennessee Florida that when we went to see Tennessee play, it was a rivalry game, and it was the only game on the docket that was like, ooh, well, it's nice weather, it's a rivalry game, let's go there. That's really the only, like every other game that day or that weekend was just okay. It was okay. So
do you guys want to hear the funny part right now? So the West Virginia Pitt game is the highest ticket price at an average of $204 right now per seat.
Okay.
The 2 lowest are hysterical. One is Kevin's favorite basketball teams. This is ridiculous. Florida International at UConn for $6.
ooh,
Hawaii,
Oh my god.
Hawaii at Oregon is $8.
what?
I would
Wait,
go
wait,
to
wait.
see that though.
I was getting ready
I
to
would
say I would
totally
go see
see
that.
that.
I would go see
Wait,
that.
I got one that beats all of that. Villanova at UCF for $5 a ticket.
Damn, we need to go to Merritt. One random year, if we can make it possible, we should find the lowest ticketed game and go.
Should we just
I'm
do it
down
the
for
first
that.
weekend? Like
I'm
just,
down for that. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. We
we could go to South Dakota versus Missouri for $17.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
freeze our butts off in the seats as
Oh my god, that'd be so fun. Oh no. September 2nd, which is my birthday. We can go to see Towson play at Maryland for $5.
Oh yeah, we should totally. We could hit up Howard and be like, "Yo, Howard, do you have any deals or specials for the Towson Maryland game?"
Yeah, they're $5 tickets. It's free entry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so down to do that though. That'd be fun.
All right, we'll plan it. We'll be in the agenda for
All right, that'll be a plan
next year.
in the future.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
All right. Let's move on. Cyrus, we already showed what you're wearing. You're wearing your Duke t-shirt. Kevin, what do you have on? Who do you have on is the question.
So this is a Reebok jersey from the early 2000s that can fit over my body.
Can I guess it? Can I guess it?
Yes, I was actually gonna have the two of you guess it. I was originally gonna wear my Nikola Jokic jersey, but it is too deep into the abyss of jerseys that I have, and I wasn't gonna have Merritt yell at me. So, Cyrus, go ahead. What guess?
Marcus Camby.
Man, see, that's why Cyrus, one shot Cyrus. Again, yes, from the Reebok days. Marcus Camby, number 23, throwback jersey, Hardwood Classic Night. This was one of the first years that the NBA was doing the Hardwood Classic Nights, and they were releasing the jerseys. So this was from, I'll let you know. Oh, it won't let me know. Hold on, let me see if I can find the year. No, not there.
It's not on the back of one of the tags, no?
That's on. Hold on, there's the other tag. I have the other tag here.
Camby played for 17 years. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He had more rebounds than points.
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, everyone, just so you know, Kevin is stripping at this time.
Let's play some genuine while he's doing that.
Gosh.
All right, so it doesn't give me the year.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, all right. So Camby was with the Nuggets from 2002 through 2008, and then in 2008, 2010, he was with the Clippers. So somewhere in between those 6 years.
Yeah, I'm going that this was, I believe, like 2004, 2005. Because I was young.
Yeah, because they didn't start doing the throwback jerseys until like
when was Jordan's last year? 2003.
Well, the first part his first part was 93, 94.
No, but his last time retiring was 03.
Was 03.
03.
Yeah, I know that's the next year after is when they started doing all the throwback jerseys.
Correct. There you go.
Because I still have a throwback jersey of that All-Star game that of Jason Kidd, where they replicated from like the early 80s, where it's an NBA All-Star in white and there was a red version.
Right.
I have the Jason Kidd version, and I remember Jordan played in that game and he almost made the game winner, but then freaking Paul Pierce fouled Kobe and freaking cost him go to the line, make us go to overtime. And then freaking
good old Paul Pierce.
And then
such an asshole.
And then Garnett got the MVP for that year because he crushed it in overtime. AKA when the All-Star game was competitive too.
AKA when they wore. I also loved when they wore their just normal jerseys. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, 01 was the last year.
Yeah.
And then 01 and 02, they wore their regular jerseys, and then 03 was when they started to do like the team specific jersey.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and Merritt, I see you're wearing a Red Sox jersey. Do we have who, like a player, or is that just a plain one?
No, it is a Johnny Gomes 2013 World Series jersey.
Very nice, sir. Very nice.
Yeah.
No hat today.
No hat today. It's been a busy day, so sorry guys, no hat. You got nothing on up there. I gotta get the wife is gone this weekend, so there's a possibility that I go buy like 1 to like 7 hats. I don't know. We'll find out.
Love it.
Why not?
Love it.
You
I
deserve
did-
it, Mary. You deserve it. You worked hard for that, Mary. Go ahead. You go get 7 hats.
Oh, thank you,
Yes.
Cyrus. I will tell my wife that, and if I get yelled at, I will blame you. Like I blame Kevin when I buy shoes.
That's fine. I get blamed for all the sneakers I buy too. She says I don't need them anymore, but it is what it is.
It is what it
Hey,
is.
I went and bought a new pair of the Tatums, and I love every minute of them. They're fantastic sneakers.
I have to get a pair.
I will tell you this: you definitely need to break them in. Like I went and tried them on 2 weeks ago. Played just kind of pick up like by myself, just shooting around. My feet were a little sore afterwards. I played an hour on Saturday, this past Saturday in them. They hurt for the first 5 minutes, just like that normal getting used to them. After that, lightest shoe I've ever worn. So comfortable too. You can feel that response when you hit the ground. And I'm going, ooh, okay, this doesn't hurt. So
yeah, that Jordan plate technology that they have in the bottom of that shoe is amazing.
Yeah.
Cyrus, what basketball shoe are you playing in nowadays? Because I see your basketball highlights on the Instagram. I see you out here. Learning how to pass, be a team player and pass the ball.
He's still trying to get that G League invite back, bro.
Yeah. No, actually, no. I've been playing since my ankle has healed from I think a year and a half ago, almost 2 years when I broke my ankle. I have been playing in low tops lately. I've been playing in a lot of my Jordan stuff.
Okay.
A lot of my J's. Just so the 36s, the 37s, a couple of Kevin knows a couple of them that I have, from where we worked out before. So a couple 30s, 36 and 37. I kind of rotate my sneakers. I don't normally play in. Now, if I was playing in the league or some sort, I probably stick to like one shoe once I get comfortable and know how I'm going to play whatever team I'm playing with. But just like a random pickup day, like or a random day on Saturdays when I play, just kind of whatever outfit or whatever it is I feel like I want to put together.
Yeah, I see you. I think you're playing one of the Jordan like signature models and here's this play that you watch and you're trying to be a team player, pass it to the guy and he just airballs a 3. It's heartbreaking. But that's a hell of a pass. And yeah, I always know, Cyrus, you are known for wearing your J's when you play. When we would run pickup at our old establishment, we used to work together, which, Merritt, I've shown Cyrus up a couple times, and then he blocked the shit out of me other times. So it's a good time.
I will say this, and I can say this on this podcast because I, again, am the only person of whiteness on this podcast. I was the only white boy out on that basketball court, and I held my own. And I will always hold my own.
There you go.
Oh, dude, I was running.
They probably saw you, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
They're like,
"Oh, he's like Larry Bird. Yo, put him on our team."
They're like, he's a tall, gangly motherfucker. Like, what is he going to do? I literally out rebounded everybody. That's just all I did. I post up. You put a shot up. I'm going to jump for that ball. I think I scored. Yeah, I played 3 games. I think in total I scored like 20 points. And throughout the 3 games. So I'll take that. And it was a blast. Like I got the guy's number. Like I'm literally going to play every Saturday.
Is it like somebody's gym or is it like somebody?
It's LA Fitness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went and bought a membership there just so I could play basketball. That was it.
Yeah, I got one too. I got an LA Fitness membership too.
That's all I did. Just play basketball there. I might
man,
go lift on Saturday. I don't know. But
what's it called? My gym that I would used to go that you guys would see me do like late night workouts at, it is moved into a larger facility that now includes a basketball court. So one of these days I'm gonna have to hit it up to see what the court looks like, because I would love to start just going to the gym to just, shoot some hoops again. I miss that.
Honestly, so the clips that you guys are looking at, that's originally why I did that. Like I really actually got tired of going to the LA Fitnesses of the world, because down here in South Jersey, I got a bunch of people think that LA's Fitness All Stars, Eric Spoelstra's go, whoever is going to come in and like see them and play, go, ooh, you need to come play. I I got tired of the guy dribbling 15 times to like dribble 15 times to throw up an air ball and then go, my bad. I'm like, oh, dude, I just want to play the game, get a couple runs in, and yeah. So I stopped for a while because that was it. Tried to play in the league, that got a little, long in the tooth because people started, teams started falling apart, people complaining. So I'm like, I just want a place where I could play. My brother had a bunch of people that were doing it and said, you can come and play with us. And it's a good group of guys, no drama, no nothing like that. So,
well, maybe we'll come down one weekend and just spend the weekend with Cyrus and play basketball the whole weekend.
Yo,
Sure.
I would be down to do that, and we could get some film. There'll be another we out here film for the pod.
I'll show everyone up that a white man can dunk, not jump, but dunk.
Okay.
That should definitely be an option, because Merritt, you are not too far from us, so we can make this happen.
So if y'all just saw my face,
yes, I was wondering, like, is everything okay?
Yeah,
Shannon Sharp has reached a buyout agreement with Fox Sports 1, ending the partnership with Skip Bayless after the NBA Finals are done at the middle of June. Undisputed is no longer going to be on Fox Sports 1. Shannon Sharp has left the building.
Is there reasons why?
There is nothing that I'm seeing. It's just, it literally dropped like 30 minutes ago. I
wonder if this,
it has to stem from some of the things that Skip was saying earlier. And then also there's like a video of Skip Bayless like reaming out his wife in public, like going hardcore yelling and screaming at her, that he had to actually do an apology on social media, on the show and everything. So like, I think we're finally seeing an ending of the people that just yell on national television to get attention. Because I won't lie, I think ESPN's slowly pushing out Stephen A. Smith. I think they're slowly pushing other people out. No offense to Kevin and being a Nets fan and loving Richard Jefferson, but he sucks at his job and he needs to leave. I hate Kendrick Perkins. They need to leave. Like, they're horrible. And just give me JJ Redick all day long.
I think what has happened is I think they've gotten to the point where it's no longer shock. It's no longer shock and awe in order to get ratings anymore, because people are tired of the shock and awe. They really just want the facts and the reporting of it. And as you said, Stephen A. Smith doesn't report anymore. That was his biggest gimmick for years. Like, he behind the scenes of NFL, NBA, Philadelphia sports, and all that stuff, right? And now that you don't do that, and the shock and all of it is gone away, what do you do? Right? So, and now, all these guys are coming to be analysts and commentators that have played or have even reported for years recently. It's tough now it's just become tough.
Yep.
So honestly, Stephen A. Smith has carved a nice niche for himself. So I don't think wherever he goes or whatever he does next, I don't think he'll not be with ESPN, but his coverage of it won't be the same. His coverage won't be the same. But he's one of those guys that he made his money, so he knew the time was running out. If that tends to happen, he knew the time was running out.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
had, he had so much.
Stephen A. has been such a polarizing figure for that network for so long that like people still tune into him to this day. I'm not gonna lie, I still tune in when I get the opportunities. But I think I to the point that Merritt makes, yeah, I mean and you make as well, Cyrus, that whole saying something so outlandish
Right.
is like it's kind of gotten old. And like that's why I think people like a JJ Redick who have been in the league and has like
Yep.
been around the players. He is a player himself. Like those are the people that are more fascinating to hear because you're hearing it from somebody on the inside. Like I think JJ Redick is
He knows
one of
his
the best
stuff.
we've seen. I politely disagree with Merritt's view on Richard Jefferson. I think he does some good things. I think just sometimes he just comes off like an asshole.
He is an asshole.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
and he happily, knows it and admits it.
Does he though? Does he really though? Because I don't
mean,
think so.
I feel like he kind of does.
He knows
like
he knows it's a condescending jerk. He knows.
you know, it
Pretty
is
sure
what
he
it
does.
is.
I honestly
But,
just.
I mean, I will say it was hilarious that he got put in his place when Liga Andrews made fun of him about his hair, which I thought was hysterical.
That was great.
That one, I feel like you could tell that hit real hard, like hit real hard in the nuts. That comment.
I would though prefer. I think the problem that I have with all sports media and all that shit these days is everyone just flip flops. No one stays true to what they're saying.
That's true.
JJ Redick is the only one that sits there and says, "Here's how it is. Here's what we see. We can't assume anything. Let's just go off the facts we have." Everyone else just goes off a narrative and they're like, "Oh, let's flip flop." Like, let's point out the biggest flip flopper right now, Kendrick Perkins. He was a great Celtics player, an average NBA player, and that was it. And should have just left and walked off in the sunset and never said another word. And no one would be upset about it. I hate him now. I think he's the worst commentator.
I
don't hate him as a human being. I just hate him as a commentator. His commentary is just nothing that brings anything to the table. He literally was like, the Celtics suck. This sucks. But then they win. He goes, Jason Tatum was the best player in the world. Dude, you just said 2 minutes ago he sucked. And JJ Redick's called him out on it. Like, he calls these guys out. So that's why I like him.
Kendrick Perkins, one of the last dinosaurs of that time of having to have 2 centers on your team.
Such a dinosaur,
you needed to like foul people.
And the only thing, and I agree with everything. And everything you're saying is correct, right? And the one time, like, I forget what it was. I think it was something to do with last year, something to do with LeBron James, something to do with LeBron James and Michael Jordan, something like that. And he flip-flopped like 3 times. I'm like,
oh yeah,
dude, like, just pick a guy and roll with it. Like, don't, because remember, I think last year they had or the year before, whatever remember the year, that's was the year they were in the bubble. And that next year when they came out, they say, who was the greatest, Jordan or LeBron? Because LeBron won another chip. Like, pick a guy. Like, just pick one. Like, Jordan or LeBron. Pick one. But because what's name wasn't the guy, he was like, I can't not pick LeBron because I went to war with him. Just pick a guy. Just pick one.
Yep, I hear you. I definitely hear you.
Well, now that we've been talking about basketball for a few minutes and talking about how our love and disdain for certain commentators, let's dive into, in my opinion, will be one of the least watched NBA finals in recent memory. And it's not because the teams are bad. I just think it's the markets where these teams come from. But we have the Miami Heat, who beat my Celtics 2 nights ago. Still stings.
Still sorry about that.
It's okay. And then you have the Denver Nuggets who swept the Lakers and have been chilling for about 2 weeks. So let's quickly just talk about the Celtics game because I did say we would talk about it.
Hold on, real quick. I
Oh,
want to
no.
ask this to Cyrus.
Oh, okay. Thank
Cyrus.
God you're not asking me
Yes,
this
right.
question.
Cyrus,
Listening.
as one of the brothers of destruction of our wrestling podcast that we have, does this not feel like the most messed up wrestling storyline we went through? Having the Celtics come back being down 3-0 to the
Only to lose in game
only
7.
lose in game 7 at home in blowout fashion.
This, you know what this feels like? This feels like Vince McMahon going, "Hey, you know what? We're going to do something totally off the rails to build it up, and then we're going to say we're just going to go screw it and just go back the other direction."
Yeah,
What was the point in that?
It literally reminds me of this past WrestleMania, where we literally were built that Cody Rhodes was going to win the WWE Championship and end Roman Reigns' 1,000-day reign as champion. But no, it's a shitty finish, and the fans go home unhappy.
And we're still trying to figure out what they're doing.
The hell?
Because it's
still trying to figure out what the hell happened there too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sounds accurate.
That's how I feel honestly about that Celtics game. It was a very big letdown of a game 7. It's like, I know Jason Tatum hurt his ankle, but it's like, what the hell happened? It's like the Miami Heat almost on purpose didn't show up the last 3 games before that to just say, fuck it, let's turn it on and end it. But again, merit shout out to your Celtics. I know there's madness going on with your organization right now, where apparently 3 of the assistants have decided to go on and be with Ime Udoka in Houston. So I know that's some ridiculous going on with the Celtics. Hopefully they can retool that there, but
that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
So like the loss sucked. Tatum getting hurt on the first play of the game was horrible. You knew after that having an ankle sprain, that he wasn't going to be able to play like the way he wanted to.
Right.
Jaylen Brown played a shell of himself. It was just bad. It was just an overall bad game to have at that point in the season. To have that type of game is inexcusable. You should be prepared. Now, I'm not going to say it's just the coach's fault. The players are out there playing. That's on them. Now, let's put it this way. Missoula, who apparently everyone in the Boston sports media wants fired because he lost. I think Boston sports media needs to shut the hell up because they're just looking for clickbait and they don't know what else to talk about because the Red Sox suck. The Bruins aren't playing. The OTAs just started, all that fun stuff. Well, the man walked into the Celtics organization last year going, I'm the head assistant coach. Like, I'm second in charge right now. This is fantastic. 2 days before training camp, he's told, guess what? You are now the head coach because of some other shit that's going on with the head coach, with Ime. He had no chance to get his own staff. Very little chance and time to actually create a plan. And then throughout the year, it was good, had ups and downs, all that. Then you lose Stoudemire in March. Your only coach on that staff that had an NBA playing experience. That is huge for playoffs. You need someone in that situation to have that knowledge of what it's like to be in there. Like Cyrus and I were talking before we jumped on. It's, do we run this play over and over, or what do I? He doesn't have that. I think losing the 3 assistants to Ime, that's cool. Whatever, go do what you want to do. Go to Houston. You're going to be a trash team for extended period of time. You
I
got
would say that's like a 3 to 5 year project if they draft right.
It's Houston. They're not going to draft right, and they want to just get James Harden, and that's already pissing off players down there.
Right.
So, I'm cool with what's going on. If the Celtics hadn't made the run and got swept, maybe the conversation is just a little bit different.
Right.
But it's still his first year. Brown is 26. Tatum's 25. Smart is 28. Rob Williams is 27. They're all still young, all still in their primes. Now you need to retool some parts of the bench to get better.
Right.
And they will. They'll find the guys that fit right. They have the money, they have cap space to do that.
Right.
But now you get to see Joe build his bench with his team, with his coaches.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued about that because the
Me
names
too.
that I've heard are Paul Salas Jr.
Mhm.
Is the top choice. And then I've heard Frank Vogel's name be thrown out there, which not bad, but I do want a player. I do want at least one or two coaches that have played in the NBA. I want that on this team to bring perspective.
I would say yes. As a coaching staff, you want at least 2 or 3 guys that have played that understand the situation of where the ball needs to go, who needs to go to, and how you want to run the play. Like that's generally, if you look at most benches, that's how it's kind of built up. They have guys that haven't played, but you got merit.
What about and the only reason I'm intrigued by this is because he's been a coach for quite some time now, since he retired after winning a ring with the Celtics. What if Nick Nurse just took over the job in Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Nurse is going to wipe that staff clean. Most likely.
Sam Cassell.
I would love Sam Cassell to come up to the Celtics. Do I think that is feasible? On the smallest chance, yes. But also he is a phenomenal coach and has done very well with the 76ers. And Nick Nurse doesn't want to lose someone like that.
I would tell you also that I think there's still 3 job openings left.
Monty Williams is most likely getting the Detroit job, which is horrible because they are so god awful. The Raptors picked the Bucks the Bucks interim coach, so the only spot left is the Bucks.
I could have swore they said it was another job opening up, but maybe I missed. Maybe it was the assistant that they were talking about. They were talking about maybe Cassell getting one of those jobs. But here's the other thing. They were also maybe talking about Tyronn Lue maybe not keeping his job after this year.
Oh, out in LA?
Yeah, because Kawhi has been hurt. Kawhi's been hurt, and they can't have a consistent superstar. So what they're saying is they're talking about
there was the Suns. I forgot because Williams
so
stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if his name is still floating out there. But I would agree with you with the smallest of chances. If those 2 jobs were taken away and they were given to somebody else, I can see him going to Boston with the caveat of saying, listen, if Mazzulla doesn't work out in the next year and a half, this job is yours.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a thing right here for candidates it's from Fox Sports, and it was just updated a couple of days ago. So for the Sam Cassell's name is not in any of this. He's not.
I'm surprised by that because I feel like he would be an excellent head coach.
There's a couple guys like that in NBA that really have a really good, excellent coaching pedigree, but because of where they've been at and who they've been under, they get the bad juju vibe. Like, your team or hasn't been past whatever it is.
I'll take one of these 2 guys. And apparently the rumor was that he was asked to join this squad last year. Maybe he'll join this year. JJ Redick, because he did interview for the Raptors head coaching jobs. last year was apparently asked to join Missoula's squad at some point.
Mm.
He had just gotten into his comfortable gig with ESPN, all that fun stuff. He loved what he did.
Mm.
Maybe this year, maybe
I
that's a
I
conversation.
I think he said he might be re-upping his deal with ESPN for another couple of years.
We'll see.
Yeah, he didn't get the Raptor job, so that I think that was the one he was pulling for, was to get the Raptor job, and he didn't get it.
Yeah, but he needs to get a little bit more. He needs some type of coaching experience.
I agree. I agree.
But
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
let's
I agree.
let's digress. We're going to go down a huge rabbit hole with this one. Let's just talk about the two teams that are in the NBA Finals right now.
Right.
The Miami Heat, the Denver Nuggets. On paper, I think we all can agree the Denver Nuggets are the much better team.
Mm.
I would have to say that. You have truly the MVP of the league in Jokic. You have Jamal Murray's back at full strength. You have Aaron Gordon. You have Jeff Green come off bench. You have Bruce Brown. You've got a lot of players. You have Reggie Jackson, who's just chilling on that bench with them. Forgot he was over there.
Mm.
So they have a solid squad. Now, Miami beat the number 1 team in the NBA, beat the number 2 team in the NBA.
Right.
Neither had their seasons destroyed by the Hawks, but one. No offense, Kevin. Basically, should have swept the Knicks.
Right.
But they didn't. Knicks did pull out, I think, 1 or 2 wins?
2.
Yeah.
2? Okay. So, and they're scrappy. And we saw it in the Celtics series. They are not going to roll over for anybody.
Right.
I do not care. I still think the Nuggets win it in 5. I will give it 5. 5 games is how
A
it's
gentleman's sweep? You saying a gentleman's sweep? 5 games?
Gentleman's sweep. Yeah. It's like a baker's dozen. Give that extra one, right?
What do you think, Kev?
Oof. I mean, honestly, like when you match them up, you got a lot of great matchups. You got Jimmy Butler, you got Bam on one side, you got that system that Spoelstra runs with Cyrus and that and the Caleb guy and all those guys. I just think that 2-time MVP, the Joker, he is going to be the separator of this series. If he's able to just do whatever the hell he wants, do that, little Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway with one leg,
throw it all the way up from 3-point line,
or just
no idea what's going on,
or just completely crush the passing game. Like, I feel like he's going to be the factor unless Miami can neutralize him. But Bam has been so up and down. I don't trust him. I'm going Denver in 5.
All right, Cyrus, and we'll talk about why we'll dive a little bit further.
Gotcha.
But Cyrus, what is your thoughts?
I think Denver's going to win, but I think it'll go 6 games. I just because offensively, the Heat don't have enough to. I don't say to keep up with them for 5 games. I mean, I think they'll give a game away. I think Denver's going to give a game away because they've been off for 2 weeks, so they'll give you a game. It might not be the first game, but they'll give a game away. But there's not enough firepower on Miami side.
They do get Tyler Hero back by, they said, game 3.
He's still erratic though. He's never been a consistent scorer. He's always erratic. And he
hasn't played in what, a month and a half?
Yeah. And you're talking about going to get to Jamal Murray, who's instant buckets. You got Porter, who's, if he was on another team, he'd be averaging 40 points a game. Aaron Gordon, who, if you get him in the open floor, he's giving you 20 plus. So, and you got Joker, Joker just sitting there going, you know what? I got 4. It's like It's like having like the ultimate wide receiver group in your palm of your hands. I could throw it to anybody. They're making the play, and I'm scoring 6 every single time. You pick your poison, and that's exactly what it is right now at this point. So, yeah, probably 6 game at this point. I mean, like I said, they'll give away a game or two here or there, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I think we've all hit it. It's Miami has good players,
Right.
but Bam hasn't shown up every game. Jimmy barely showed up in some games. So you have a lot more firepower and a deeper bench
Right.
on the Nuggets than you did on the Celtics.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think overall Jokic will, no matter how he plays, if he's going to be the scorer, the passer, the distraction, he's going to be the difference maker in that series.
Yeah.
And of
I
course,
think his game has come a long way from what it was at the beginning, and I think he's got paired with the right coach. That
mhm.
coach, that coach, that coach does very well with putting schemes together and stuff. I think he just the two melding of the two minds would just work that out, and just when they put the right players around him, it just made him that much better.
Yep, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Kevin, you have been very quiet tonight.
I know, right?
Like looking at your phone the whole night.
I mean,
does he have like
I've
another Tim Tebow take in
literally,
him? My God.
I literally
I'm waiting for it. You have Tim
can't
Tebow?
say. You said everything that I could say. Like you've already established that.
So you can still say it.
All right, well, I'm saying it, God. Like, I just don't. As much as Jimmy Butler, Himmy Butler, whatever the hell they want to call him,
Himmy Buckets now. That's
Himmy
his new
Buckets.
that's his
All right,
new
what
new
us.
company.
bull, whatever you want to call him. He's hella good. He's a talented player, but it's gonna take more than just him to let up 50 points each night to beat these Nuggets. And I just don't think that Miami's gonna be able to come through for him in this series. It's the Nuggets have earned this title. They've been waiting. This is the first time they're finally all healthy. I want them to win.
Right.
I'd love to see the Nuggets win their first ever championship for the city of Denver. I'm ready to wait and see. I'm excited for tomorrow. 8:30 game. It'll be a good one. I know Merritt's not gonna watch it because the Celtics aren't there, but I'm excited for what's to come. So we shall wait and
Yeah.
see.
I just won't watch it because it's just
You already know what's going to happen. That's the thing. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
that's the problem.
There's
It's
nothing
like,
in it. There's nothing in it that you know right now that's going to be a surprise.
yeah.
And it's just one of those things where like I want to have interest in it because I love basketball. I truly do. But it's hard to go and sit and watch this game when I have nothing in the game.
Right.
Like if the
Oh, yeah.
Celtics are in, yes, I'm watching every single game. Honestly, even if the Golden State Warriors had made it, I'd watch probably majority of the games. If any team but the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks made it, I'd watch some of the games. I'm not a New York Knicks fan by any stretch of the imagination, but if they made it, I'd watch a couple of games. I don't like the Miami Heat. I love Jimmy Butler. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Jimmy Butler as a player, as a person. I think he's phenomenal. I hate him when the Celtics or your team you're rooting for has to play against them because it just shows up and shows out. The Nuggets are a really dang good team, but the only person I really like on that team besides Jokic is Jeff Green because he's a former Celtic and I love his story and I've met him. Like, it's the only reason I have anything in the skin in the game.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I like I said, I can tell you right now what's going to. I can tell you right now. If we win to script the first game, I can tell you what's going to happen the first game. First game is going to happen. They've been off for 2 weeks. Joker's going to have a 40-point night with some sort of 10, 5 rebounds, some sort of that mixture. Jamal Murray is going to have a mediocre game. Porter's going to have an off game. Miami's going to come in after playing at whatever they played, and they're going to play their style of offense and defense, which is slow down, drag out basketball for a little while until they can find the guy to tie or the mismatch or whatever it is.
Also,
and then,
let's be honest, the Miami Heat this year got really lucky. They're not going to be the same team next year. A lot of these guys have contracts that are up.
And some of these guys are gonna get paid too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some of those guys are gonna get paid.
Kyle Lowry is probably going to retire because he's 37 years old and just looks horrible out there. And
well, he's
Kevin, I will say this, and I think this will make you happy. I despise and hate Kyle Lowry more than LeBron James.
Really?
Wow.
Oh,
I just don't like him.
That's harsh.
Really? Wow.
He's
Cyrus, your thoughts on that?
He's a biggest flopper
listen.
in the NBA and looks like a piece of shit out there.
I'm kind of speechless again. I didn't expect Merritt to say anything like that.
I had to jump in and do the Tim Tebow take for Kevin. So,
God, swear I'll never live it fucking down.
We told you. We told you that's we told you that's not gonna. We told you when you said that you would never live that down.
Not going there anymore.
We told you. We told you that.
Oh,
yes, but yes,
guys.
but yeah, like Kevin said, all these guys are getting paid. Let's be honest. Kevin Love's going to retire. Kyle Lowry's probably going to retire. So you lose those two. Victor Oladipo, at this point in his career, should probably just retire since he's torn his knee up 3,000 times.
Yeah, this last injury is like a season and a half just to get back to being normal.
Then you lose Udonis Haslem, who really hasn't played basketball in 3-4 plus years.
I mean, who does he really need to? I mean, good God, like he's been playing since we were like 13.
Yeah, he also is just going to become a coach. He's just moving. That's what he's been for 3 years on that team.
Yeah, they've already said he was. They already said he was going to be. They've already said he's going to be part of the coaching staff next year.
So you'll have Bam return. Jimmy, I didn't know Jimmy's 33. So Jimmy is getting up there in age.
Yeah, he was in school when we were in school. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, he beat Missoula in West Virginia in the Big East tournament. Then you go and have Jamal Cain, who I don't know who he is. Tyler Hero, Haywood Highsmith, who went to Wheeling Jesuit.
Yeah, West Virginia. Yeah,
let's go. But this kid, Nikolic Jovic, not Jokic, Jovic
with a Jovic,
is apparently supposed to be nasty.
Yep.
So you have him. Caleb Martin, he's going to go somewhere else. He's going to get paid. Duncan Robinson is overpaid for what he brings to the table. And he's also 29. So he's near. Caleb Martin's 27. Strus and Gabe Vincent are getting paid roughly $2 million a year and are both 27, 26 years old. So they're still in their primes, right? They're going to go get paid. So they could keep maybe two of these guys.
I'm trying to think like where. I mean, because if you think they're probably theoretically only bringing back maybe 3, maybe 4 guys. Everybody else is probably gone, like you said, gone for one reason or another. I would tell you it's probably going to be like it was the time when LeBron and the rest of them left. They'll have to figure out another focal point, whether they're going to be an offensive or a defensive team, and rebuild from there. So I don't, at that point, that's just a matter of what, how are you going to build that team up again? So That's the only thing I could think of at that point. You know,
Yeah, we'll see. And then looking at the Nuggets roster, they'll lose DeAndre Jordan, most likely. He'll retire. He's 34. Ish Smith is 34. Man has been a journeyman, of NBA journeyman.
It's like literally.
Jeff Green is 36, but still plays like he's like 22. Reggie Jackson is 33. So their team is slightly younger in certain spots.
But
Kevin, you muted yourself somehow.
they need to win now.
Yes. Also, Aaron Gordon is only 27.
yeah.
I swear I thought he was like 33 years old.
No,
I feel like he's just been in the NBA forever. He's
no,
like one of those guys.
he only played a year at Arizona. He didn't play like
True,
Yeah, that's right.
he only played a year at
true,
Arizona,
true.
and he wind up. What was
He was in
Orlando?
Orlando.
Orlando was his only team, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, it was only
Yeah.
Orlando,
Okay.
and then he traded to the
Okay.
Nuggets.
So he's played with Orlando since he's came out his first year in that from
So
Arizona.
he was
So
18, 19 years old when he came out.
yeah,
Okay. Well, guys, this is going to be a interesting NBA Finals for sure. Probably
but
be
I would say this about the finals though. I think, we all say there's a conspiracy theory about the script, about an NBA script, about how they wanted things to go, because we all have seen them flashing that number 18 because they wanted both of those teams to be in. I'm not saying the names because we all know what they are. They want those two. They want those two teams to be in there so they could talk about history and stuff like that. I mean, for God's sakes, you could look at the commercials. They have Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, leading commercials. I'm like, so you didn't, but I just think that, they got to start looking into other ways to revamp the way the playoffs are set up. They just have to. I think because you got to the point where I think you just, teams, I don't know. You just, like I said, if you were gonna do what you did with the Lakers, I think it would have been smarter just to let Golden State win that series and then let them play Denver. At least it would have been a little more entertaining than what that sweep was, if you were gonna do that.
All right, so let's go back before we end this episode. We're gonna go back a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Are you going back to like our
Yes.
first predictions?
We are going back to episode
I remember these.
2
Oh my God.
of season 2. This is when we had the NBA start.
Right.
And we made our predictions.
I'm excited to see what this looks like.
Oh my God.
Good God.
I digress.
all three of us
Oh my
picked
God.
the Celtics versus the Warriors to
We did.
repeat.
Wow, are we wrong?
Kevin and
We
I
wrong, we
selected
wrong,
the
we wrong,
Celtics
yeah.
to win. Cyrus selected the Warriors. Neither made the finals. The Warriors didn't even make it out of the first round. So
Yes, they did. They won
Oh, no.
won against Sacramento. They lost to
yeah,
the Lakers.
sorry, they lost to the Lakers. So they made it to the second round. Good for you. Not much better. Then we got awards. I don't even think half of these awards have come out yet.
No, they all came out.
All
Yeah, they
these. Okay.
Yeah.
So Kevin, can you check on a couple of these? Because I don't know.
Man, where the hell is Andrew when we need him?
I don't know the scoring leader, don't know most improved, and don't know comeback. But I do know all the others. So MVP. Cyrus, you got that one right. You got Embiid. Kevin and I were off. Luka wasn't even in the top 4 voting. At all. Defensive player of the year. None of us picked
None
him.
of us got right.
That was Jared Jackson Jr. down in Memphis.
Yeah.
Cyrus had Embiid. Kevin had Bam. And I had Smart. None of those three, I believe, were even
on
in
there.
the top 3. For
The
vote
defensive
getters.
player list, it was Evan Mobley and Brooke Lopez. Those are the 3.
So we went
nominees.
back to just being straight centers.
Yep.
This is stupid. I hate
What was the one you wanted me to look up?
scoring leader, most improved, and comeback player.
All right. So for the 2022 season, 2023. Scoring leader.
Joel Embiid.
I have Jokic.
Was it? Why is this telling me? Otherwise?
Scoring leader. Hold on. No, you're right. Joel Embiid with 33 a game.
Yep.
By Luca, 32, and Dame right behind him with 32.
Yep.
Who did you guys have?
It says Jokic.
No, there it says.
I did it on the NBA. I did it on the NBA more. I did it on the NBA site, and I did it like per game. You could do like filter it out for
Yeah,
like the
so
season.
by StatMuse, it is Embiid, and I think I remembered Embiid needed to score a certain amount of points at in like the final 2 games to secure it. So I do believe it's Embiid. Well, none of us were even close. Cyrus, you had Kevin Durant. Kevin, you picked Damian Lillard.
Well, semi-close. Damian Lillard was
and
like
I
third.
picked Tatum. All
Uh,
of our choices were in the top 10 in
There you
scoring.
go.
But yeah, nothing there. Rookie of the year,
I'm getting that now.
Cyrus picked Blanchero, who actually did win Rookie of the Year.
Look at you, Cyrus.
Kevin, you
Who are
picked
you?
Keegan Murray, and I picked Jabari Smith.
Yikes.
Neither of them were even in contention.
Now, Keegan Murray was on a playoff team. That's what matters.
Yes,
That's
that's
true.
true. That's true.
We all got most improved player wrong.
Who was most improved?
I'm pretty sure most improved player. It was Lauri Markkanen.
Really?
From the
Oh,
Utah
yeah.
Jazz.
Yep. Okay.
Who did
And
we
then
say?
now-
Who did we say? Who did we say for most?
Cyrus, you and I both said Maxey,
And I said Anthony Edwards.
and Kevin said Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Now, who is the comeback player of the year? Because this
Here
one's
we
always
go.
interesting.
There you go. NBA comeback player of the year. Oh, hold on. Did they not put one? Hold on. It's not giving me a winner.
Which one are you looking for now?
Comeback player of the year. Hold on. Let's see. Is there a comeback player of the year?
No, I don't.
There's
so.
none.
All right. Well,
That is no longer an award. That is not an award.
Interesting.
Well, let's see
okay.
something.
Well,
I think they replaced it with something else because they have this is a list of the awards they have that they're rebuilding.
clutch. Is it the clutch player?
I think so. They replaced it with the clutch player of the year.
Okay.
Marcus Smart won that.
No. Smart won hustle.
Oh, sorry.
Clutch player was De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
Darren Fox. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Well.
All right. Well,
we
interesting. Cool.
We know nothing.
Did we miss anything, Kevin? Because Andrew's not here, so you have to.
I am no producer, Merritt. I don't think we did.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that, Kevin. That was fantastic. I do have one trivia question for you guys.
Oh my god.
Trivia question.
How many times has Pat Riley gone to the NBA Finals in total? Now, this is as a player, as a coach, and as an executive. He
19.
is. Wow, Kevin, that was spot on. Can you tell me the percentage of what that is for NBA Finals?
You had three as a player, 10 as a coach, and 6 as an executive.
Okay, but what's the percentage of NBA Finals has he been to?
25%.
Technically, yes, but it's really 24.7%. But yes, 25%.
See, trying to be like one shot Cyrus out here.
Hey, listen. I know
You-
you got that. I know
You
you
beat
watching.
him
I
to
know,
the punch, bro.
hey,
Like
you know what that is? Because he was watching Game 7 the other day, and they had that stat was coming up there. That's
that.
probably why he remembered it all.
That's the only reason I have that question is because
No, no.
that was on there.
1000% when I watched Game 7, because when I came home from my long weekend of work, I fell asleep, and the first thing that came on the TV was that legit stat of Pat Riley in his Lakers uniform,
God.
then him as a coach, and then him as an executive. So shout out to Pat Riley. FYI, if you guys haven't seen that little documentary on HBO Max where they talk about what's his name, Jimmy Buss, they the guy that plays Pat Riley, solid, does a great job as him. And Merritt, are you okay? Something happened.
Zach Edey is returning to Purdue. I will leave it at that.
What?
I can imagine that. Think
Wait,
about
so
it
he
right
wait,
now.
so he did. So did he go? Wait, so he went back. Did he go out for? Did he do? Did he go
Yeah,
out
he
for
went to the
draft as well?
combine and everything.
Went to the
He
combine and
did,
everything.
but they had until today.
Wait, the combine didn't happen though. The combine happens in June.
No, the combine happens now.
The combine
Combines happened
happens
like a
now.
week ago.
Oh,
They
really?
already had the combine. Yeah,
Yeah.
the NBA combine was last week or the week before. And every player after this combine, moving forward, every player that's going to be in the like a top 15 pick or whatever has to be in the NBA combine. They cannot skip it.
That's right. They made that rule this year.
Right. But yes, he is returning. But so I will leave you guys with that. So Kevin, get us out of here.
Oh, wow,
It is
crazy.
9:50 at night, and this is going to be another long episode. Sorry, everybody.
It's all right. Well, it would have been longer if you guys would have pressed record before I got on here. But
It may have been
I digress.
It might have been shorter, to be honest with you. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
all right. First off, of course, the third pod in this trio today, if you're watching us on the YouTube, which you can find at the Manly Musings Podcast, our number one commenter on our YouTube videos, our Duke's favorite Blue Devil, the one and only Cyrus Johnson Jr. Thank you so much again for joining us. Cyrus, any social medias you'd like to plug that people can follow you at?
I
You have an
believe-
Instagram now.
Yeah, I have Instagram now.
The 40-year-old found out what Instagram was. It's fantastic. I love
Hey, don't let him talk to you like that, Cyrus.
it.
my Instagram is actually
It's Cyrus Johnson Jr.
There you go. And
I like that Kevin had to say it.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
he
And
did.
I'm on Twitter someplace.
Universe.
Some universe. But yeah, that's where I'm at. If you see me there, say hello, say hi, and like I said, I'm here to have fun, and I'm not too serious with social media. So there you go.
Yeah, so shout out to Cyrus for joining us. Hopefully,
Anytime,
fingers
anytime.
crossed that closer we get to the brawl, that we're gonna travel with 5 people on this trip. I'm wishing and praying that it can happen for you, Cyrus, because I'd love for you to join us down in Morgantown. But as I continue, if you don't want to see our faces and just want to hear our beautiful voices, feel free to find us on all streaming platforms. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are on Google Play. And we're on Amazon Play.
Woo.
So feel free to pick whichever one you'd want to hear us on. Instagram is one of our favorite things with our reels. Make sure you follow the Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod. You can follow our other Instagrams, Merritt _P, me, KQuava624. And yeah, NBA finals start tomorrow. Get excited. And we will be back next week. Yes, next week.
Sure.
Or do you go on vacation?
No, I'm
Middle
here.
of June.
Yeah, no, end of June. I'm
End
here.
of June.
Don't worry.
Okay,
we're good.
cool.
We're good.
So we will be back as long as Merritt allows us to be back. So take care. Spike your hair. Peace, y'all.